Have you ever walked through a forest and felt like the trees were whispering to each other? What if that feeling wasn't just your imagination? What if trees could actually talk to us, not metaphorically, but in a real, scientific way? Let's start with a surprising fact. Trees already communicate, just not with words. In forests, trees use underground networks of fungi, known as mycorrhizal networks, to send chemical signals to one another. Scientists sometimes call it the wood wide web. They share resources, warn each other of danger, and even support their young. For example, when a tree is attacked by insects, it can send chemical signals through the air or underground to nearby trees, helping them prepare defenses. This is communication, but it's slow, chemical, and invisible to us. But what if trees could speak in ways we understand? What if we could hear their voices? Let's imagine a world where trees could speak like humans. Would it be with sound, vibration, light? Maybe they'd have deep, slow voices, wise and ancient, or perhaps their speech would be rhythmic, like the wind rustling through leaves. What would they say? Thank you for the sunlight. Be careful with the chainsaw. That squirrel stole my acorn again. But beyond the jokes, this would change everything. We'd be forced to see trees as intelligent beings. Chopping down a tree wouldn't just be environmental damage, it would be silencing a voice. If trees could talk, governments might pass laws to protect their rights. Forests could have legal representation. Cities might design parks around tree conversations. Scientists could ask trees about past weather, ancient animals, or pollution levels. Imagine interviewing a 500-year-old oak tree. What stories could it tell? Would trees become philosophers, natural historians, guardians of Earth? Maybe humans would finally respect nature as more than resources. Okay, back to reality. Science shows that trees aren't conscious like humans, but they react to the world. They lean toward light. They smell chemicals in the air. They detect sounds through root vibrations. Some even count or remember seasons. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. Scientists and artists are building devices to interpret plant signals. Some use sensors to turn electrical pulses from plants into music. Others try to map the chemical language of trees into readable data. Imagine a wearable device that lets you hear a tree's mood: calm, stressed, thirsty. This isn't science fiction. It's bioacoustics and plant neurobiology. We're getting closer to understanding trees not just as objects, but as participants in the story of life on Earth. If we could talk to trees, maybe they'd teach us patience, interconnection, balance. A tree grows slowly, gives back to the ecosystem, and lives in harmony with others. In a world full of noise and speed, their silent wisdom might be exactly what we need. Maybe the message of trees is simple: slow down, listen, connect. So, what if trees could talk to us? Maybe they already do, in ways we've only begun to understand. Through chemicals, vibrations, and time, they're telling us a story. The question is, are we ready to listen? What would you ask a tree if it could answer? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe to Quick Facts for more amazing science videos about our mysterious world. See you in the next one.